Welcome back. So I've bought a car, but before I tell you exactly what car I bought, I sort of want to go through the short list of cars that I was going through or thinking about, tell you why I didn't go with them or just what I liked about them. And there was maybe no specific reason why I didn't go with them. So the first one is the 2000, 2001 Honda Prelude. These cars set at about 200 horsepower. They have a pretty good aftermarket support, community. They go for about $1,000 or $1,500 if you can get one in sort of rougher shape. So I thought, oh, maybe I can get one for $1,000 and I'll have 4,000 to fix it up. Then naturally aspirated 200 horsepower. There doesn't seem to be a lot of extra room to upgrade from there. And also they're quite heavy, even though they look very small. I do like the look of them. Actually, I love the look of them, but they are quite heavy. So that was on the short list. The next thing was the Honda Civic SIR. This is the one that shares the engine with the RSX, about 160 horsepower approximately, I think, 168, 169 maybe. I kind of like it's a hatchback. It has like the weird shifter that's sort of up here, so very close, and a lot of people put that long shifter on when they're racing anyway. But I thought, I'm not sure if I could get used to it. They were kind of expensive. A lot of people really liked them. I saw some people thinking they were, race cars already. There's a nice community, lots of aftermarket suspension parts. As far as engine upgrades go, you start at 160 something, and to get up to 200, 250, it looked like it was going to be fairly expensive. Not as easy as like a forced induction engine. So they were on there, but within the budget that I was looking at, I couldn't quite get there. So what else? There's a few others that I was looking at, but for the most part, I was looking at a lot of the small little hatches. So if you're talking about the Honda Fit, the Micra, I guess the Versa, so any of the little hatchbacks, all of them had the sort of the same, especially the Hondas. They had the very same problem. You'd buy it, so they're about 105, 106 horsepower. They're quite light. You can get off-the-market suspension for them, big brake kits. There's a pretty good community, but once you get into it and you want to increase the power, you start with 106 horsepower. The answer always seemed to be swap in a new engine. There's not a lot of place to go from 106 horsepower engine, and there was some interesting stuff like the Micra itself is only $11,000 new, so you can get in 2019 for just under $11,000. So they get down into you could almost get a track car under 5,000 that's under factory warranty. And in Canada, I think you can. There's a race series that's all for the Micra. So that was interesting. I looked at some Miatas, anything in my price range. So we're talking, let's say $2,000 to $4,000 for the car itself. Most of them were blown head gasket, didn't run. I think I saw a few. Never even got to see any. I think they go really quickly, even when they are in horrible shape. So Miata was pretty much off the table. A lot of BMWs, a lot of sort of half project BMWs. Same thing with Civics, like just normal Civics. A lot of them, when you see them, a lot of people have swapped in Type R engines, bigger engines. The Civic people swap all sorts of engines in, and they seem to think that that these cars maintain their value. But there's no way I'm gonna buy a car that somebody has, they're halfway through an engine swap. So that was completely out. The BMWs were interesting. But again, they're pretty heavy, even though they are rear-wheel drive, something I was interested in. They are pretty heavy, so didn't get one of those either. So what did I get? I picked up a 2006 Mini Cooper S, and the reason I did, obviously it's got the forced induction that I was interested in. It's quite light. The community for these things is insane. Videos, forum posts. Every major city that you go to is going to have a mini club with people that will help you out, or you can buy parts. So that was a big thing. I wanted to be able to obviously, like I mentioned, I wanted that good community, and I did want to go. In '07, they switched from a supercharger to a turbocharger, and I wanted to stick with the supercharger. Love that noise. Also the budget. Older cars are better. So that's from about 2002 to about 2006. Wanted to stick with the hatchback, no convertible. So I actually looked at some extra details. There was a few things with the older models, with plastic shift connectors or bushings or something. The supercharger was slightly upgraded in the newer version. The interior was modified a bit. So basically, everybody was recommending go with the '05 or '06, and you're going to be much better off. So I ended up going with the Mini Cooper 2006 Type S, or Mini Cooper S 2006. So what I'll do is I'll cut now, and then I'll take you outside and we'll take a look at the car. Okay, so this is the car. It's a 2006 Mini Cooper S. Picked it up for $3,200, and it came with a free set of tires, which is probably going to be about $600 or $700. And they're the tires I was going to buy anyway, which are the Indy 500s. So it's a pretty good deal. Runs and drives, so I'm pretty happy about that. So what I'm going to do now is just sort of take you around the car and show you what I know is wrong with it, the little things that I'm going to have to fix before I get it ready for the track. So the number one thing that happens on all Mini Coopers of this generation, rust on the hatches. So there's some rust that you'll see right along here under the lights. It snowed here last night, that's why it's covered in snow. So rust under the lights here and under here. So I've seen a couple of forum posts about this where people pull this out, they sand it all down, grind it all down, and then rebuild it with Bondo and some mesh. So I should be able to do that without too many problems. It's got a John Cooper Works exhaust system on it, which is a nice bonus. So it's got the fancy exhaust tips, which is pretty nice. And then that means that's one less thing I have to buy. So it helps my budget out a lot. Just noticed after I got it home that the sunroof up here doesn't close. So I'm not sure if that's by design. I don't think so, because I can see right into it. So that'll have to fix. I'm hoping at some point I'll be able to pull this all out and replace it with some sort of like carbon fiber or fiberglass or something like that. So that's the end goal. Let's see, I'll come around this side. A lot of these were rusted all over. So this one on the inside, there's no rust in the door sills, which is nice because that's a problem. So no rust in the door sills. Power folding mirror works. This is the Rally E edition. I didn't know this was a thing until I saw this car, so I think it just means that they bought a certain option package. I'm gonna have to check, but I'm hoping it has the limited slip. I think most of these do have it in this year because it's an 06. But it's something you have to look. Apparently you can look it up online, or you can bring your VIN to a dealership and they'll check to see if you have the factory LSD. So let's come around the front of the car here. All right, so I'm just gonna pop the hood open here. So the one thing I knew was wrong with it when I got it, the power steering fluid, or the power steering is leaking in some way, and it makes a horrible noise when you turn it. So maybe what I'll do is start it up here. And you can't see me, but I'm gonna turn the wheel here. That's me turning the wheel. So basically when you're at like 80% of full rotation, it start making that horrible noise. So these cars are actually known to have bad power steering pumps. So I looked it up online. A rebuilt one's going to be about $400 with a core charge. There's some good videos out there on how to replace them, so I think I'll be able to do that myself. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be everything I need to get this thing safety. So new power steering, maybe a new hose, and then it should be good to go. So I'm pretty happy with this purchase. It's exactly the car I was looking for. Obviously, the other cars that I mentioned were available, but with a little bit of work, I think we'll be able to get this up to about 200 horsepower. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.